Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today, you already know what we're doing, so I'm not gonna waste any time. We're just gonna jump right into it. If you're new here, hey, what's up? Thanks for coming. My name's Haley. Please consider subscribing. Thank you. All right, here we go. The first thing that I wanna talk about is a little bit like old news, so I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on it. I'm just gonna put it right here. I want it so bad. It's so beautiful. And I don't know if it's just because it's Pat McGrath and the price. Like, I try to think about if it was, let's say this palette was $35. Would I like it as much as I do when it's like $75 million? I can't remember the exact price, but I also considered getting one of the quads, but they're still just too expensive for what they are. But I think it is a beautiful palette and I just love it. Here's another overly priced but beautiful palette. So Natasha Denona is coming out with a trio chrome palette. So it looks like some of the shimmers in this palette are like that trio chrome, like she's got that liquid eyeshadow that's kind of like that. I think this palette is stunning. I love this color story, and I'm so mad that if I was going to splurge on a Natasha Denona palette, that I did it for the stupid glam palette and not this one. I don't love the glam palette, as a lot of you already know. I love my Natasha Denona mini Lila palette, so I'm not like just completely turned off to Natasha Denona forever. I absolutely will not be buying this palette. It's way too expensive, of course, but gosh, I just really like this one. I'm so mad that I bought the stupid glam palette and not this one. Sometimes her palettes do go on sale, so I will be looking for that because I just think this palette is so pretty. So did y'all see that KKW Beauty came out with a semi-interesting looking collection for once? I mean, y'all know I love my purple eyeshadows. I have plenty of them though, and for $50, or I don't even know how much this palette costs, $45 for this Opalescence pressed powder palette. $45 for 10 shadows. But it's KKW Beauty. It's boring. It's overpriced. I'm sure the quality is pretty decent. I'm sure the quality is actually probably really good. And I do like this palette. I do like the color story. I would be interested in buying it if it weren't $45. If it was like a Colourpop palette, sure. If you are attracted to the purple shadows in this palette, just get you one of the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes, which actually gives me a perfect transition into the new products from Juvia's Place. They've been putting out a lot of these little 6-pan palettes with these kind of monochromatic type of color stories, and I have been loving it. I have one of the first ones that they put out, which was the Violets palette. I love that palette. I don't have any other of the 6. I have like teetered on the edge of purchasing one a couple of times. I really wanted the berries palette, the pinks palette, the mauves. I really love this purple one. I think this one's the Nubian Royal palette. Oh my goodness. Those are some deep purples. So I kind of wanted to look at this palette to compare it. That's what she looks like. That was my first thought when I saw this one, is it like, it definitely looks different from this one, but not that different, you know what I mean? So I just don't really need that palette. If you are looking for a little affordable eyeshadow palette that has like some good color stories like this, these are wonderful. I love my Violets palette. Moving on, Kylie's coming out with some lip glosses. Here's a really big unnecessary palette. I actually really like this color story on this new palette from Morphe, the 35XO Natural Flirt Artistry palette. Really pretty color story. I just think that their palettes like this are just way too big. And I'm wondering, like, do professional makeup artists buy these types of palettes from Morphe? Because a palette like this, it just doesn't seem practical for your average everyday consumer. You know what I mean? It's just so big. There's a lot of like repeat shades, I feel like. It's $25, which is not bad. I mean, this is 35 shades where Kim Kardashian's had 10, and this palette is $20 cheaper. but it's still just like, I don't know, it's just big and a lot, and yeah, and it's morphine, you know. Ooh, I really like this collection from this holiday collection from MAC, particularly that eyeshadow palette. I actually think that that eyeshadow palette looks so fun. It bothers me when eyeshadow palettes like kind of waste space by trying to do some weird things like that, but it looks very like spacey kind of, I don't know. It looks super cute and super fun. It's MAC, so I'm not even gonna check the price. It's too much for me to buy and too unnecessary for me to buy right now. But that's gonna be one that I'll be looking for a sale because, oof, I just really like that. I mean, MAC makes good products. Like, it's a good brand, reliable quality, you know what I mean? So, what about this Miss Piggy collection from Ciate? Now, I love Miss Piggy, all about the Muppets. I grew up watching Sesame Street, as I'm sure most of y'all did. I didn't like this collection. So Ciate is a good brand. I haven't tried a ton of stuff from them, but they're a good brand. And I like Miss Piggy. I just don't like these products. Like, the lipsticks, whatever, but the eyeshadow palette, I just don't like this color story for Miss Piggy. I don't know, it just looks kind of boring. I wish that the color story was more interesting for what it is. And then kind of the same thing with the blush palette. I mean, it's a blush palette and it's got a bunch of good shades in it. I personally am not a big fan of blush palettes or face palettes for that matter, because it's something that I doubt I would ever get any use out of, like the whole thing, you know? And the lipsticks look cute. Love King Yet. I don't know what it says. Looks like it says something, but I can't read it. It's a cute collection. I'm not crazy about the products. Not gonna be for me this time around. Let me know what you guys think about that one. Okay, I really liked these products that Lancome, how do you say it? Lancome? I'm gonna say Lancome. I really like these products that they put out, particularly, so I think the packaging is just beautiful. I like the eyeshadow palette is like whatever. The packaging is beautiful, and this highlighter, oh my gosh. I don't even know what kind of quality highlighter Lancome has, but man, I think that that is just so, like that little rose thing and like the white, oh, it's so pretty. Illuminating powder with a soft microfine formula, give you a pearly crystal-like shimmer glow. That sounds wonderful. I'm sure it's expensive. And then those lipsticks that they're coming out with have this cool packaging is like this. So this is the Pure Barbie lipstick. It's the one where you like pop it out like that, and then it's like so I really like this packaging for lipsticks. It's just fun. So it looks like that's what they're doing for the packaging on these. I really like this. I don't need it, and it's gonna be expensive. So moving on. Oh, okay. So what do we think of the Mitchell brand coming out? I like Mitchell. I was kind of excited at first when I heard that he was coming out with a brand and some products, but so number one, I hate camouflage. I hate especially the kind of like modernized, almost like cartoonish camo, you know what I mean? Like, you know? I don't like that. And it's like on everything. It's on, I guess he has a case coming out for the eyeshadow palette. It's on the inside. It's the background of the shadows. Just not my kind of aesthetic. I don't like it. I think it's a little garish. I don't know. I don't use green shadows like ever. So I actually have like some green shadows that I've been meaning to get into, so this is definitely not a palette that I would need. So then he has another palette. This one looks a little bit more colorful. The art on the front of this one looks really pretty. I like the cloudy kind of thing that's happening. But again, I kind of wish that he hadn't used it as the background for the palette. Like it just kind of distracts from what's happening with the color story. So I can't really, I don't know. So I feel like I'm not getting like a good impression of the color story from the palette. But the swatches for this palette looks like if I was to get one of these two palettes, I would probably get this one. This one looks a lot more interesting. I imagine that these are going to be heckin' pigmented though, girl. If you like pigments, I feel like Mama Mitchell is gonna come through with the heavily pigmented products. So I feel like you could probably buy these products with confidence if that is something that you would want. The only thing I'll say is that like pigments can sometimes be a little bit trickier. They're not as goof proof as some other types of eyeshadows just because they are so pigmented. So if you lay down too much, you could be in trouble. But if you like really, really pigmented shadows, I would put money on these being heavily pigmented. And then we're coming out with some other stuff too though. What are these? Blush? That's funny. I like that. I guess they're liquid blushes. That is cute. Blush? These actually look cute. I thought that they were like lipsticks or glosses or something at first because that's what the packaging looks like. I'm not crazy about that like chartreuse, yellow, green, neon, whatever color that he's using for like the majority of his packaging. So that's just another thing that is a personal preference that doesn't draw me into it, you know? And one of those like pinker, probably the little bit deeper pink shade look good. Tell me though, why does 4 out of the 6 of them look orange? Orange is just so not my color. Orange is like the opposite of my color. The brushes, I again bet are stunning, excellent quality. Looks like he's doing a makeup bag too, and then like a little case for the eyeshadow palette. So it's kind of fun. He has a ton of fans and he's so talented and so good. So I'm sure that people are going to like just go ham whenever it does launch, which is gonna be October 25th, by the way. I do kind of like this palette though, the cloudy one. Let me know if you would want to see a review on the Mitchell brand. If I were to get anything and review it, it would be this cloudy looking palette. Let me know if that's anything you would be interested in. Otherwise, we'll move on. Y'all know how sometimes I complain about these collections that come out that are collabs with like crazy amazing things, but the products are heckin' underwhelming. Whenever I saw this, I was like, this is what I was looking for from a Disney collab. However, ooh, these price points, girl. Be careful what you wish for, right? Filled and refillable with perfecting matte setting powder and solid perfume. Okay, so yeah, you can buy it and it does have product in it, but I don't think that you're paying for the product. Like, I think you're paying for the refillable compact. I mean, that's what I would be paying for, right? I'm not gonna be like, oh, I gotta try that matte powder, girl. Who's putting this out, by the way? Este Lauder, of course. Gosh, these are so cute though. These are stunning. Let me pick a favorite. Beauty and the Beast, honey. You can't beat it with little Chip and then the teapot. Oh, Snow White looks cute. Sleeping Beauty is cute. What is this, Peter Pan? That's cute. Cinderella. Cinderella, Cinderella. Oh, the Frog Prince one is really cute too, actually. That's cute, I like that one. Okay, I personally live for Little Mermaid, the Frog Prince, and Beauty and the Beast. Those are really pretty. What? Where's the Mulan one? Oh, that was the one I thought was Peter Pan. I just saw the little like, anyways. I'll just edit that out. But it looks like the powder compacts are $150 to $175, and the perfume compacts are $250 to $275. Girl, oh my gosh, that is so expensive. Imagine if you're like a collector. Now you have to go into debt so that you can buy them all. Okay, settle down, Estee Lauder. I need a happy medium. I need Makeup Revolution and Colourpop to step it up a little bit, or I need Estee Lauder to step it down a little bit. I need like a happy medium. I don't know. I'm high maintenance, I'm sorry. But I just thought these were beautiful. I really did. I thought they were beautiful. We gotta talk about this Kylie Cosmetics collection. This like full leopard print leopard thing. Do you know what this makes me think of? Coco Montrese on season 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Do you know what I'm talking about? She did that like commercial thing where she was like wearing leopard in a leopard background, and it was all it was like too much. That's what this reminded me of. Ooh, okay, so it looks like she's got some lip kits coming out, neither of which look like my kind of shades. They look like sort of burnt orangey brown type of shades, just not my jam. Look great on some people. I'm just not a big warm tone gal, you know? Oh, and then she's got these little lash cluster trio things coming out. Do you guys ever use those? I have never. It just seems tedious to me to try to use something like that, but I guess if you want like a little extra something on the end, I don't know. I don't know what the appeal for that is otherwise. Well, here's the freaking palette. There's some shades that I'm drawn to, some shades that I'm not drawn to. It's definitely not a palette that I am gagging over. It's definitely not a palette that I need. It's definitely not a palette that I find all that interesting. I love a bright white shimmer. So the first thing that caught my attention was the bright white shimmer up in the corner. And then that weird kind of blue shade. That's one of those shades that like if you take that blue shade out, the color story becomes a lot less colorful. You know what I mean? I don't know. I still like, I want to try Kylie Cosmetics, but she had a bunch of eyeshadow palettes on sale at Ulta for a while. They were like 9-pan palettes for $19, but I still didn't even want to pay $19 for it, you know? I think Kylie's brand is a lot more interesting than KKW Beauty personally, but still just not interesting enough. Packaging looks kind of cheap. Just looks like a Colourpop type of packaging palette, you know? Let me know what you guys think about this. What do we think about Kylie Cosmetics? Hate it? Love it? What is it? Let me know. The only things that are really going to be keeping me up at night are the Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. I don't think that any of the rest of the stuff that we talked about is really going to upset me if I miss out on it, you know? Let me know about the Mitchell thing. I would maybe be interested just because I would be interested to see what his eyeshadows are like, you know what I mean? Also, this MAC palette is also gonna keep me up at night. The Pat McGrath palette, the Natasha Denona palette, and this MAC palette, honey. I need a sale, Sephora. Come on, girl. Where's the sale for these products that just came out? That literally just came out. Let me know what you guys are gonna get, what you like, what you hate. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really, truly appreciate it. If you made it to this point in the video with me, thank you so much. And I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.